This video is part of the Lay the Draw video study, a statistical analysis of over 100 football matches to find out if the Lay the Draw strategy actually works, and if so, what betting conditions need to be present to guarantee a profit. The results of this study can be found exclusively at www.mikesbettingtips.com. Okay, we're looking at this game today. This is a game between Al Dhafra and Bani Yas. I'm a little bit late on this game, it's about to kick off, so I need to do this quite quickly. We're looking at the starting prices and the correct score market. You can see the starting price here is going between 4.1 and 4.5 for Al Dhafra, and for Bani Yas it's between 1.94 and 1.87. and the draw is at 4.2. Just going to switch over to the correct score market because this is the other one I'm going to have a look at. And for 0-0 we're interested in, and you can see we could probably get odds of about 18-17 here. So there's good odds here for us, and it's just been suspended at that moment, so I think the game has just kicked off. We just managed to get those in. So the factors that we're looking at on this one, also we want to also look at the liquidity, of course, and there's enough liquidity certainly to place a back bet on the 0-0 score here. But like I say, the main thing we're interested in is the odds. The game's just gone in play. I think I've got the volume down, so just make sure the volume's up. So the game, I think, has just gone in play. It's due to go up to kick off now. And because the market was suspended, I'm assuming that was the case. So it could have got odds of about 18.5, 17.5 on the 0-0 correct score. Okay, it's just been suspended now, so it could be that now is the kickoff. But just going back to the match odds, like I say, we got about 4.4 on the draw, and Bani Yas are the favourites because they're trading anywhere about 1.9ish, around here somewhere, this kind of area, and Al Dhafra 4.2. So ideally, not ideally, but what we're expecting is if there is a goal and Bani Yas score, then the price might go up quite a lot after it's dropped. So, but if Al Dhafra score, the price might not go up so much. Let's just ideally I'd like to have done this before the game started. We're going to use the stake of 10. There's not much liquidity in this market, and like I say, we are in practice mode. Let's go for 10. We're going to, it's been suspended again. I hope there's not a goal straight away, that'd be too quick. Let's just wait until this unsuspends. Sometimes it gets suspended for well, I don't know, silly things sometimes, just a ball going out of play, I've noticed. I think some of the guys there get a bit overexcited, and they think that a ball going out of play is a goal or something, so they suspend the market, which is not good. Just wait for this to come back in. There we are in play. So I'm going to just lay at 4.3. Let's go at 4.5. I think we'll probably go down to 4.3 if it can. Okay, let's go to 4.3. See if that gets taken. So we are in practice mode because this is all part of a study. I'm not putting any money down on this as yet until I know what the results of the study are. Come on, take it up please so we can see what's going on. So, oh come on. Been suspended again. Oh, come on! Don't they know I'm trying to do a video here? This is ridiculous. Back in play. Still got my 10 there. Okay, so we've been taken there. So we've got a liability of £33 on this game. Now, it depends on how confident we are. as to whether it be a 0-0 draw or not, and ideally we'd like to look at some stats before the game as well as to how many goals are being scored in the last 4 or 5 games by both of these teams, because they would help us make a decision as to whether a goal is going to go in or not. But at the moment our liability anyway is £33, and if we'd had time to go into the correct score market, which we didn't really, we would then put a back bet on the correct score of 0-0, which would cover our £33. So it would probably be about a minimum stake of about £2 in this case, I think, because we had odds of 18.5. Take away 1 from that, you'd have 17.5. Multiply that by 2, which would be our back stake. That gives £35. So we only need a £2 stake to cover that. Like I say, what we're doing here, we're looking to see when this price is gradually going to come down as the match continues. It's going to go down to, I mean, who knows, but let's just say for example we go down to about 3 and then there is a goal. If Bani Yas score, we would possibly expect that the odds will go back up to about maybe 6 or something, up to about here. Although if Al Dhafra score, because they're the underdogs, then the price might only come back up to about 4 or so. So we don't know. This is what we're looking at. That's what we're looking out for. But we do have, it's been suspended again. Maybe there's been a goal, a very early goal. But if it does shoot back up, we do have to bear in mind that, you know, whether or not we are going to, or we would have placed a back bet of £2 stake on the correct score market of 0-0, in which case we'd need the odds to shoot up to at least 5.4 here to be in profit. And the longer the game goes on without a goal, and then there is a goal, the more this price will come up. For example, if it's 0-0 up until about 80 minutes, then suddenly there's a goal, the odds would have come down to probably about 1.45, 1.6 or something, and then if there was a goal, that would shoot right up probably to about 9 or 8 or 10 or something, because there's not much time left for a goal to be scored to equalise, basically. Okay, anyway, that's the end of this video, and I say we've looked at the factors we need to look at, yeah, that's it. So look out for other videos, and all these will be, the results of all these matches will be made available on my website as soon as I've properly analysed them. Well, what am I saying? I completely forgot. Obviously we've got to wait first to see what happens when a goal does come in. That's the whole point of this. Sorry, my mind was miles away. So I'm going to pause this video. I'm not going to finish it, I'm going to pause it, and when a goal does come in, we're going to come back and see what happens to the price, and we're going to also make a note of at what time point that goal went in. Okay, so back in a few minutes after something has happened. One thing I didn't mention was this game is in the UAE Division 1, because this is another possible factor that we're looking at. We're looking at several factors that influence basically whether this lay the draw strategy works, and one of those is the type of game, whether it's an international or just a local league match or a Premier match or something. So we're going to be noting also about what kind of games this was. This was a UAE Division 1 league match. Okay, so we just had a goal, and it's after 39 minutes, and Bani Yas have scored. Bani Yas, if you remember, were the favourites. So the match currently has just been kind of the market, sorry, has just been re-put into place. Let's have a look. The price did go down to 3.3, as you can see here. That's just before the goal went in after 39 minutes. And it's come back up to, well, let's have a look. I'll give it a little while to settle, but it's around about 5, isn't it? And this is on a £10 stake that we placed here. So we say about 5. We need to back to close the trade. So probably about 4.9. Yeah, say 5. Possibly a bit more than that. If we left it a few more minutes, it would probably go up a bit more. So 5.2, 5.1. So we're looking at about, say, anywhere between 140 and £2 possibly. Okay, so in this instance on this game, at this point, the idea of laying the draw is to close the trade once a goal has gone in, once one goal has gone in. So if we'd done that right now, then we would, we would have lost money, because we put, assuming that we put £2 down on the correct score market, then we've lost money here. And one thing I need to look into as well is the commission charge. We also need to consider this, the commission charged by Betfair. Betfair charge a 5% commission on winnings. Now technically in this market we would have made £1.57. So I'm just at the point where I need just to confirm whether that 5% commission is charged on 157, or whether they take into consideration the correct score market, which is technically a different market. And therefore I've lost money, and therefore I wouldn't get charged any commissions. So we need to take into consideration that as well. Okay, I think that's it for now. I might actually leave this match to keep going and come back in a few minutes just to see what else happens if another goal goes in either way. We're still at half time, but I'm also looking at back in the draw. For example, here at 4.3, I'm going to be looking at whether it's worth back in the draw and looking at football results, and in terms of when the first goal goes in, as to whether it's worth it, or when I should possibly get out, if that makes sense. So we might decide that 9 games out of 10 this price drops to, for example, 3.5, and then no goal is scored, maybe before say 20 minutes or something, and then after 20 minutes a goal is scored, and how much it will go up by after a goal is scored. So I'm going to be actually looking at that parameter too as well, which I think will be quite interesting to have a look at. In this case it went down to, after like 40, I think it was 37 minutes or something, the goal was scored. It went down to about 3.3. So yeah, that's another factor we're going to be looking at. Okay, come back in a couple of minutes if anything, if there's another goal. I'm looking primarily to see if Bani Yas score, in which case the result might go out. The result of the draw might go out completely, and so it'd be worth hanging on for. Or if Al Dhifra score, I want to see what happens if Al Dhafra score, whether that actually affects the odds, because they are the underdog, so it might not have much effect on the market. So we're going to be coming back and having a look at that as well. Okay, so we've got another goal in this game, and it's Bani Yas have scored. Just been suspended at the moment. It was trading up about 6, I think, just before this. It's got about 5.4 just here. We are 63 minutes into the game, and let's see how much. So it's basically now 2-0 to the favourites. So I think the likelihood of a draw is going to go right out now, but we'll see what happens when the market comes back in. Okay, so the market's back in play, and with a second goal by the favourites, the price has shot up to, well, as you can see, it's gone right out here. It's settling around the 24 mark, which would be an £8.21 profit on this market. So it's interesting that when the favourite scored, maybe they're favourite to score again, and this is how much the odds might go out by.
I missed a little bit of this, had to kind of go out for a second, but I've come back in almost at the end of the game now. We're in injury time. It's actually 2-1, so Al Darfa got a goal back after 75 minutes. And basically what happened there, let's just have a look. 1940, that was about 15 minutes ago, about 27, just before here. Sorry, I missed it, but it looks like the price for the draw went right down to 1.13 then. That was temporarily for about 4 or 5 minutes, then it's jumped back up to 7 again. But now it's back to about 12-13. We've only got about a minute to go. I think there's about 2 minutes of extra time to go. So definitely getting a goal back after 75 minutes. Okay, I'll be looking at the analysis of this, and that's the end of this video then.